Anybody when you try anything to support your life. Not the same person way go they try anything to take your wife. But even when you try anything good to change your life, the same person way go they stab you from back and with your knife. Them still hold me down. Yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh. Delay all of us, oh, bow. And they do, oh, joro. It don't take them hold me down. And my damn duro. Them they do, oh, it don't do, oh, joro. It don't take them hold us down. And my dawa duro. Them they do, oh, it don't do, oh, joro. All the people where they make life terribly tough and hard for us. Yeah, that the same politician where they come try sell hope to us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anybody will promise you anything to change your life. That the same person will go they give you money and take your life. Them still hold me down. Yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh. Delay all of us, oh, bow. And they do, oh, joro. Don't take them hold me down. And my damn duro. Them they do, oh, we don't do, oh, joro. We don't take them hold us down. And my dawa duro. Them they do, oh, we don't do, oh, joro. Big generation. Yeah. Who don't do.
Make I tell you something when I know.
Tell us.
If you go listen, I tell you go blow.
Yes, sir.
They done the play of sense, now you know. Them go tell you lies, make you shine your eyes. Make I tell you something when you know.
Tell us.
If you go listen, I say you go blow.
Yes, sir.
They done the play of sense, now you know. They done the tell us lies, make you shine your eyes.
Them still hold me down. Yes, oh. Delay all of us, oh, joro. Don't take them hold me down. And my damn duro. Them they do, oh, it don't do, oh, joro. It don't take them hold us down. And my dawa duro. Them they do, oh, it don't do, oh, joro. Jara joro, joro jara joro. And my damn duro, jara joro, joro jara joro, oh, joro jara joro, joro jara.
Happy New Year to all of you, wherever you're watching from. I greet you sincerely, I greet you patriotically, I greet you in camaraderie. This broadcast is the first this year, and according to the title or the subject you see on your screen on the broadcast, I want to quickly summarize in just 1 or 2 minutes the struggle so far last year, and then to bring us up speed with what has happened so far. And in case anyone is having doubt as to what this is all about, it's also the reason I try to do this summary. And you'd see that I singled out 2 major, because Nigerians are always in search of heroes, 2 major heroes of what amounts to like the latest struggle so far. Sowore Omoyele and Sunday Igboho. There have been intrigues in the past days. And I start with that of Omoyele Sowore. He was arrested again on the crossover evening into the morning of the first day of this year. What is Sowore asking for? What is he fighting for? There's also another hero, as people are always rallying around persons who are coming around with new ideas and fighting for new things every time. There's Sunday Igboho of the Southwest in Nigeria, asking that the country be divided, whatever the case. And I've also seen many comments around these two. And that's exactly why I want to quickly make an assessment and evaluation of these 2 struggles. even though they are not different, in my opinion. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Showore's first, revolution now. I've seen comments, I've read comments saying that Sowore wants Nigeria to remain one. Even though I don't believe Sowore is insisting that we must be forced together. Sowore is asking for a revolution after he did not succeed in an election in 2019. He did not win election in 2019 and came back and said there has to be a revolution. The reason is said is that this system is not going to guarantee anybody fairness that will guarantee, or that will reflect the true position of things or the true desire of voters. As a result of which, he believes that there has to be a complete change of this system first before anybody can have an election that guarantees victory through a fair process for anybody who is willing to do it right. If you ask me, there is definitely difference between electioneering and governance. Yes, it is a different challenge to vie for election and win. It is another thing to get there and be able to perform, because a number of times we hear people say, oh, we got there, yes, we were able to buy votes, we were able to do this, but the Senate is not allowing us pass the bills we wish to have. Okay, this second time it is no longer the Senate. At least Saraki is out of the way. Then what then is the problem? Let us now come back to why revolution. He didn't say let us have bloody. He didn't say I'm stocking or stockpiling guns. But then he's saying we must change the system before we can have a system that at least allows an electioneering process. Meaning Sowore is still at the stage of electioneering. He believes that once he gets there, governance is cheap for him. While we are still struggling, debating, arguing that, another event happened just here in Uganda, the same Africa. And you see that even though the allegation that Sowore did not score enough votes and is reacting through a very revolutionary call, we saw what happened in Uganda. That looks similar. That even though you can have all the mass votes you want, but if they still don't want you there, it's still the same thing. The power, the system is still the same, both in Africa, both in Nigeria, and in Uganda. Let us even come back a little. MKO Abiola won the election in 1993, and we know the outcome of the June 12 saga. We are still in June 12. Now, this time they have even upped the ante. They upped the game. So much that the electioneering system is now fraught. They upped the game so much. They buy votes. They monetize the voting process. They scare voters. They disenfranchise a lot of people. And they do not allow the votes to count. They militarize it. At the same time, they still scare voters. They sponsor violence. And they still pay to influence the results. Sowore then believes that if we don't have something radical that changes this system, if you like, bring Pastor Sam Adeyemi or bring comedian AY with 20 million followers on Instagram. Or if you like, go and look for anybody that people feel they like. Maybe a musician. If you like, bring Davido. So long as it is still the same system, you are not guaranteed to have the person you want winning the election. So for me, even if Sowore doesn't contest anymore, this fight looks like a very good fight. A positive one at that. You know why? If we have a change of system, let Sowore not even contest again. He may not be the one who will benefit it. But if we plant a tree today, those who will sit under it tomorrow will enjoy. If you like, bring any comedian tomorrow. So long as the system is fair enough, which is what he is currently fighting for, we may have any comedian we want to become our president. It's a matter of choice. Yorubas would say, Ti aja ba wa nibi kan. Like if you put a dog somewhere, as long as you want the dog, even if the dog shits in your house, you will pack it. You will like the smell because you want the dog. But if a human being enters and you don't like the human being, even though he is a fellow human, if the person even sprays perfume, you just hate the fragrance because you don't want. So if electioneering process, which is the bedrock of democracy, is already fraught with irregularities, cheats, violence, and marred by all sort of things like that, there can't be governance. There can't be. So the same is the story all across Africa. And we just saw another example in Uganda. Anyways, I leave the Sowore story because he believes that whether you are of any stock, ethnic stock, religious stock, as long as there's good governance, you may not even remember whether the person who is governing you is from any tribe. Sounds plausible. And then I move on to those agitating for the creation of new ethnic republics out of the existing country or contraption, forced contraption called Nigeria. It started with the Biafrans way back 1960s and brought back again, this time by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We now have Yoruba agitators too, and we have a particular man in the person of Chief Sunday Igboho spearheading it. Now, what are we talking about as per breaking Nigeria? First, I will say that there is nothing wrong in asking for self-determination. There is also nothing wrong in trying to unwind or reverse what some people in their own private or personalistic or individualistic business interests forced together. There's nothing wrong in unwinding it, because at least the people you are forcing together are not objects. These are humans who have blood running in their veins, who have choices that you are depriving. Even if we share geographical boundaries, because I don't believe that they created Nigeria. Maybe they named it their own way. But before they came, the landmass existed. The people in it existed. It's not as if they came and created us and put us there. No. We already existed before they came. Maybe they now said, okay, for administrative purpose, let's put this region and this region together. They already, after all, share the same or near geographical space. No problem. They created that. But then the question is, long after they're gone, there are still problems about governance. And then the agitation that, oh, let us break it back to what it was, as maybe a long-term or temporary answer to poor governance, insecurity, and other things running their heads in the country, is what we need to now begin to look at. How does it address it? I'm interested. Let us unwind what some people did in their own business interest so that nations can truly emerge. But on a second thought, maybe just for theoretical reason, does it really matter whether who created it or who named it was a white, was a businessman, was a Christian or was a Muslim, was from Europe, from America, or from anywhere? A lot of Nigerians are abroad today, and they don't even care whether the person who is the mayor in their province is Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo, so long as governance is there. That is one theory on one side that is working. Have we ever bothered that the person governing us was any particular tribe if things were going fine? And I want to make it micro. I want to micro analyze this. If I go to the market, does it matter to me whether the person selling the food items I want to buy is Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or whether it's Christian or Muslim? Fact is, I've never cared. If I go to the bank, I have small change I want to collect. If I get to the counter, have I ever bothered whether the tribe of the person is Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba? So long as I get my money. But at the same time, if the person governing me or doing that thing to me is being unfair, that is when I begin to question, where is this person from? Sometimes too, we ask ourselves, if your parent is mistreating you, you ask questions. Is this person truly my father? Is this person truly my mother? But when things are going fine, you have never had the reason to question your paternity or maternity. One fact. Whether Nigeria is working as one country or not, breaking the country, will it also answer all these questions? I think what we are looking for, if we break the country, is also governance. I'm not standing on the way of breaking the country. Let's break it. But what would we still need after breaking it? Good governance. I saw clips in the past days of Chief Sunday Igboho storming a particular community and telling the Hausa Fulanis off the land. And I sat for a moment and asked myself questions. If we begin to exert force, asking people to eject, we have people in the north too. If we begin to say it's because of insecurity, is it worse here than in other parts? And what is responsible for this breakdown of security in the country? Is it because they are Fulani that it is breaking down? Is it because they are Fulani that there is insecurity? Is it because somebody is Yoruba that is kidnapping or committing ritual? Is it because Sowore is Yoruba that he ordered soldiers to come and attack people at Lekki? I'm not saying this to discredit the call for breaking of the country. I'm asking this question because I want us to be sure whether breaking it addresses these other questions. If you say breaking up the country addresses the insult of forcing us together as a people, I agree. But if you say breaking up the country will answer bad governance and insecurity, I doubt. But all in all, I'm just here to say Happy New Year to you. The song you heard at the beginning of this show, by the way, is Ojoro by Larry Safari. I'd like to hear from people too, but not on this particular episode. Next time I come online for a live broadcast like this, I'm going to open the line and hear people talk. But for now, I can still read comments. I'm not forcing it that Nigeria must remain one. So the comment, if you want Nigeria to remain, you can remain there, is also not right. The fact that you want Nigeria to break up and you don't want to listen to any alternative arguments is everything that is wrong with this country. The same reason somebody will say because you are Christian, I am Muslim, is the reason we cannot marry, is also one of the things that is wrong with us. The same reason that you say because I'm rich, you're poor, we can't be friends, is also the reason that is wrong. Class problems. So if you like break the country, you still have rich and poor. If you like break the country, you still have people who still want a Igboho republic out of Oduduwa Republic. Because everybody will now start finding reasons. Yes, let's break it, no problems. Let's break it. But I'm saying maybe we will not need good governance anymore once we break it. Don't ask me the meaning of Nigeria. Sir, with all respect, I don't know the meaning either. I've said it before. I also believe that we should reverse the forceful amalgamation of Nigeria. But I'm saying I'm more interested in humanity and governance. So when we prioritize, we realize that we need governance even in the year after breaking the country. I'm taking the comments. Addis Crispy says, we still build our nations from a foundation with the people-based laws and guidance. Okay. Olafekayode Samuel says, this is not a matter of religion. We just need to break it and try another fashion. Well, maybe if we try another fashion, even in the current Nigeria, yes, let's break it. But we'll still need another fashion, whether breaking it or not breaking it. Aziz Ogunbanwo on YouTube says, I think first now. Like, break it first. Tunji Agoro says, Odudua all the way. I agree with you. Alonilo Anna says, there's nothing like Nigeria again. You and I have both suffered. Don't forget we are not part of the Nigeria as well. Okay, Aziz wants us to break the country first. Tunji Olami says, North are not ready to scrap the fraud constitution. Let's break it so we can have constitution that works for all. Okay. Prince says, good governance never exists in Nigeria. I think that all these are faults of the Fulani. That there's no good governance in the Southwest. Okay. Femi, Yemi, we need to go separate for now, okay? Galadima says, breaking it is not the solution, but real revolution should take place. If the foundation is faulty, break it, okay? This Fulani think Nigeria is for them, as is, okay? Rujai Pits. Can good governance be possible in Nigeria? On what basis? Northern Nigeria basis. How have they ruled and governed their own people? The same here. And I also understand that most of the people who are asking that we break this country, more people who are asking for this breakup are not based in Nigeria. And it's funny that these people are living well in a country not governed by Yorubas or Hausa or Fulani. And if you say because Nigeria is heterogeneous, having diverse cultures and ethnics, the countries you are living in have diverse cultures and ethnics, including your own, that you now went there to add up to it. Do you understand? Yemi says up Odudua. Okay. Igboho Sha Shegun Odanyomo. But I've just described Igboho for you. Okay. Don't be tribalistic. When Obasanjo was there, what did he do for you? God bless you. So if you like, let Yoruba man be president of your new republic. For as long as you have bad people at the helm of affairs, we are still talking the same thing. I'm not saying it has to be Shore's ideology, Mr. Samuel Dada. Okay? Alright? I'm not saying it has to be Shore's idea. I'm only saying so far those who have stepped forward and proposed solutions to these problems. And I decided to highlight Sowore and Sunday Igboho, knowing that Nnamdi Kanu has been long on his own, even way before the last election. So Sunday Igboho is more like, okay, the Yoruba version of Nnamdi Kanu for the Igbos. Just imagine nobody sell alcohol. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Shegun, let me test your knowledge. Mention in an heterogeneous country that practices the same political system. I don't know where you are living in, but I'm aware of America. How many tribes are there in Europe? Stephen says Shegun Sowore has too much influence on you. I've just said it that Sowore doesn't have to be president. I'm not interested in the Sowore's presidency. I'm interested in the idea put forward by everybody. I want good governance. And I don't care whether I live in Igbomina or I live in Borno, or I live in Anambra. I just want to experience good thing, good life. I mean, was that not the reason most of you left Nigeria? Okay? Was that not the reason most of you who left Nigeria left? You want good governance, and it doesn't. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving Nigeria? You are a Yoruba person. You left the southwest to go to another country in search of what? Good governance, not in search of a Yoruba president. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's fine. But I'm saying if we look with depth, I don't think our priority is about whether they named Nigeria Nigeria. I do not think so. And if you say Nigeria, okay, USA is a homogeneous country. And I've also heard people use the argument that America, based on landmass, the people have used landmass as examples too. And I keep asking them, where you live in currently, how many tribes are there? How many tribes are in America? Okay, someone says many, some of us are back home, many more are coming. You're welcome, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate it. Aziz Ogunbawo says, just imagine NSAS matter. North is against it. North is not entirely against. They are using the government media to suppress that information. Not many people in the North is against it. But I'm also aware that many people among our own people too were against it. Go and check. There are many Yorubas against the NSAS protests. No, just argue it online sometimes and say the comments that follow. The same problem that exists in the North exists in the West, exists in the South. Do you understand it? It exists everywhere. Yes, when there are diverse cultures, when you are heterogeneous, it means you have different tribes, right? Am I correct? And when you are diverse, it means you are not sharing the same language, the same ethnicity, the same culture. But I'd like you to go deeper. We want good governance, that's right. However, the way Nigeria is set up isn't helping matters. Nepotism kills. Exactly. So what do you do to change that? What do you do to change nepotism reigns high, favoritism, cronyism, cabalism, or cronyism, the same? Okay? Let history guide you, bro. White people are different from us. That's why Australia and America, they are different fundamentally. Fundamentally. Not because they were created by another country. What I'm about is asking us questions. See, if you say let's start a referendum now to break the country, do you know what I'll vote for? I'll vote that we break the country. True, yeah. But I'm just asking whether it answers directly the questions facing us right now. I'm just wondering. That's like, okay, I want us to break the country, but wow, as in, for one moment, does it address the issues, governance issues? Can any South people do what North are doing in South? It's a question of the people at the ends of affairs are not doing right. Otherwise, the same laws that hold here should hold everywhere. Like if I'm holding somebody for an offense here in Igboho, I should be able to hold whoever is committing similar offense somewhere in Anambra, even in Borno, for the same offense. The preferential treatment here is about the people at the ends of affairs. Even in the Southwest, even here in the Southwest, somebody steals 5 naira Maggi in the market. The other time somebody stole Governor Aregbesol's handset, do you know how many years they gave the person? But there are people who are breaking into banks. they are caught and they say that, oh, a powerful person is affiliated with them, and they begin to drag the matter. The same Southwest. Do you know how many cultists have killed people in Southwest and governors have set them free? And they are back to town. Do you know how many? They are not Fulanis. They are not. Yes, let's break it up. So breaking it up is no longer a question. I already agree we should break it up. But I'm only asking whether they solve all these questions we are asking. Oh, because Fulanis are killing. If the people at the helm of affairs are doing right, nobody dares try that. Kill and go scot-free. But because there's preference. I am not saying we must be together. We already went past that. Sharia is not our law if we claim to be one nation. They not forced it down our throats. Sharia is not operating where I am. Sharia is not operational in the Southwest. It's not. And yet we have killings even by Yorubas, killing Yorubas. It happens every day here. Go just check police wall every day on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. One ritualist caught, somebody just beheaded his boyfriend or our boyfriends. Somebody just caught the private of his girlfriend. We see it not by Hausas, by Yorubas ourselves. If constitution was forced on us, if we have the right place, the right people in position of governance, okay, it is possible that we reverse this constitution. Of course, if the constitution is not right, do you understand? We can always sit down and change. If we have the right people in position, we just don't have the right people in position. And breaking it up does not also guarantee that you will have the right people in position in your or in our Oduduwa Republic. That simply means at the end of the day, we are just looking for the right people. It's just a fact. Police officer told you there is promotion in I need to get that complete. I think that information, some part of it is missing. Yoruba nation, we have their own constitution, okay? Nigeria needs to hold leaders accountable and stand. Scrap that 1999 constitution, okay? I agree. Shegun Jowo, Jekia Leyoro Lono, Kafa Bofadiye. Okay, I agree also. But I do know that you have not dealt with the traitors here. You want to go and wait for them and deal with them after. Oh, Nigerians can be funny. Deal with them now. So that when we have the republic, there won't be another problem. Let's deal with them now. We don't have leaders, we have rulers like Obasanjo and others. Okay. What is the idea by that person? I need to hear it. Not having the right people is a result of the system propping up misfits. Why? The northern elites have created the system. Northern elites, okay? Northern elites again. And if I look at the north, it's not as if their people are better anyways. So if they created a system that is meant to work for only people in the north, and the life of the people in the north is not even better. Okay, I think my next show, I'll try to work a system where we can have a call, all right? We can have a call in, and then we will discuss this issue very well. We have to discuss it very well, okay? As this Ogunba says, police officer told me there's promotion in the north. Yeah, it simply means what we are still talking about. Preferential treatment, or what you call nepotism, all right? Who is giving Fulani space in our land? Is it northerners or southerners politicians? I like that question. Maybe we should answer it objectively. Who who is giving land to these people in the southwest? The other time, there's one village in Ibejuleki. After the Lekki Free Trade Zone was created, I think it was under Fashola, they displaced people in villages because they wanted to give Dangote acres of land for its petrochemical plants. Now, who forced them to do that? In Lagos. Who gave them that? Fashola was using the military to force people out of their land so that they can give Dangote. And you think it is the Fulani that did that? No, go and check now. Go to Idasho community. Go to Ibejuleki. Go and ask the villagers. So if you truly want to do all of these things, you have to first check whether it is the Fulanis that are doing it to us, or it is our own people that are doing it to us. Yes, Okunrayi, God bless you. Okunrayi, Idasho, Mobidu, villages like that at Ibejuleki. Just go and check. Go and check. They displaced people, gave their chiefs, give them money, bought them cars. I saw them. Give them cars, give them money. You see, you cannot, Wilson Adams, you can't occupy my land without somebody within giving you the confidence. Say, come, don't worry, I'm the person in charge. So I'm saying it is not their fault altogether. They paid, and your people betrayed you. I think we should deal with that first. I'm sure if we deal with that, if we deal with those within, our own traitors within, I am very sure that they will address themselves by themselves. Oh. Nobody chop quiz so take go can't enter another person line. If you will say you get person within. Look at the event in the past days. Look at the event in the past days. After Sunday Igboho went to give their Seriki a warning that they must leave, he called a senior police officer. The Seriki called a senior police officers. And what happened? What is the tribe of that senior police officer? No, go and check. What is the tribe of that senior police officer who was talking to Sunday Igboho on phone? That you can't chase anybody out of where they are. Is it a Fulani? That's number one. Number two, the governor is saying no. We have a Motekun that will address that. You have no right to chase anybody out of any place. That means the government knows the people that are there and they have backing. We also heard that some of them were arrested with guns. That the son of the Seriki was also arrested initially. And that the Seriki threatened violence. And the police quickly released the Seriki son. I read it on. Just go and Google. All these things are online. They are not hidden. Then the question is, who are the people doing these things to you? They are not the Fulani. They are not acting alone. The Fulani has enablers among you. And if you don't deal with those first, you're a booming or republic, you will suffer more there. That's number one. Number two, which is also very critical, is that if you now address it, that issue, you address it by saying nobody can do anything without all of us knowing about it. If you address that important question, you will see that you will not need to break the country before the Fulanis who want to perpetrate evil will retreat by themselves. It's automatic. The moment their enablers are already taking hands down, and they have no enablers within us anymore, you will see that they will by themselves retrace. So if you are saying you want to wait until you break the country before you start addressing these issues, it will be too late, because you can't defeat a person of means. If you don't address it already now, it will be too late by then. So if you think breaking it up will then give you a room to do that, it will be too late. If you want to do it now. so that it would have already addressed the issue before you even break up. Otherwise, okay. I want to take more comments before I leave, but I want to also enjoy this music. So, the music, new release by Larry Safari. You can check it out on YouTube. The title is Kujuru by Larry Safari. And I think, let me just take a few more comments and close on that note so that we can just leave the music to play itself. All right. I'm not mentioning Nemo. It's up to you to mention the names of the people who are selling your lands among themselves and giving to the Fulanis. But I must tell you, for an empirical truth, that the Fulani is not really our problem as much as we ourselves are our problems. And I've given you instances, I've given you examples, copious. Or mention any problem, mention any reason you think that the Fulani is a problem, and I will tell you that the problem is actually a Yoruba man, not the Fulani. The Fulani is just benefiting from that Yoruba man selling you out. That's what we have. So if you are waiting until there's a Yoruba Republic or a Gomin or Oduduwa Republic, it will be too late. See, those of you saying the constitution of the new nation, let me tell you something. By the time they want to start constituting the committee that will form this new constitution, they will not send for you. You will not be there. They will ask you to file in your input, file in your everything that they will consider it. They will now ask you to choose representatives. Look at the confab. They looked at leaders of civil society groups. Okay? They said, bring us leaders of civil society groups, bring us leaders of communities, chiefs, and all that. Let them represent you. Those ones too, they're given money, a transport allowance, sitting allowance. They lodged them, then said, okay, it's a continuous process, we'll continue reviewing. They were doing some other things that they were planning on the right behind already. You keep camping your people, camping you, all right? They will be camping you. I've been there, so I understand. You can call me a fool, but I've been there. Okay? Let me tell you how it happened. You guys have no idea. They won't call you. You can't defeat a person of means. I'm telling you just the fact. I'm just telling you the fact. They will tell you, hey, we have to be organized. Send your representatives. Send your people. Send your this. All of us cannot do it. At the same, it will be too rowdy. This and that. They'll start checking people in. They start looking at faces. And then they start calling themselves. After the general meeting, they will still have meeting midnight. And decide what they actually want to do. They will now start looking for those among you who can speak, explain things, give them money. They will explain to you, actually, is a test run, is it this, and they're already doing other things on the back. Yeah, I agree I'm talking nonsense, but when it's clear for your eye, you go know. Okay. How many of you are currently at the NSAS panel? It's okay. I agree with you. I love theories too. Let's continue to bask. Okay. Those of you who fought the June 12 war, the June 12 struggle, I'm sure you are now the ones in government. I'm not saying Yoruba is a problem. I'm saying they have enablers within. You guys just want to interpret things the way you like it. I didn't say Yoruba is a problem. I said they have Fulanis have enablers within. That's all I'm saying. So I didn't say Yoruba is a problem. Who is the problem of the northerners, the Amajiris, who don't have food to eat? Who is their problem? Who is their own problem? Me, Abby. Anyways, all I'm simply saying is very simple. Okay. Before you can accuse anybody of being responsible for your woes, look within first. If you want to take care of those ones, take care of them first. If you want to address those issues within, address it first. I don't believe in Nigeria being compulsorily one, or more layo. Maybe you joined late. I also want it reversed. It's an insult to force us together and name us a name they like. Okay? I'm in. Aziz, I'm in. I'm in for the Dua Republic. But I'm saying, if we have reasons we want to break, if we list the reasons out, you realize that breaking it up is not the direct answer to them. Yes, let's break it, but they will not address those problems. So, if we want to address those problems, we don't have to wait until we break. Let's start addressing them already. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. I hope it's clear now, so that all of you who think I'm compulsorily saying one Nigeria, no. Whether I'm in Nigeria or I'm in Oduduwa Republic, I don't care. All that matters to me is that there's good governance where I am. And that's all that matters to me. So if you break it tomorrow morning, I'm happy. If you don't break it and there's good governance, I'm happy. At the end of the day, if you break it, it's a revolution. If you have new government in place, it's a revolution. At any rate, either of the two is a revolution. That's what I will say. As they say, Fulani has paid me. I don't have any Fulani person in my family. I don't have any Fulani person. I don't even know any Fulani as a friend or as I don't. But I must tell you, I don't think that is my problem. I don't think so. Yoruba nation will not be bad like this. Okay, I agree with you. At any rate, I just said let me bring you up speed with what has happened so far and just do a summary on it. I'm not sure I want to be discussing this topic going forward. honestly, I'm not giving any excuse. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? Oh, Rome wasn't built in a day. They told us when we were born too, and we are still here. I should suggest way forward. My suggestion is already very clear. My suggestion is let us start. Whatever you think, okay, if you say the problem with Nigeria is insecurity, and if I ask you how, and you say because Fulani elders are killing Yorubas, and I'm saying address that already. If you want there to be security, like Ondo State governor said that nobody must encroach on any land anymore. If we do that and implement it to the fullest, I'm sure that whoever is giving your land away to them and they are claiming right on such land will not do it again. If we already start addressing those problems now, you see that all those problems will already disappear. And once those problems already start disappearing, if you now break the country, the problems are already not coming with you into the new republic. But if you wait until the problems follow into the new republic, it will be too late. So all I'm saying is that all these things you listed as problems with Nigeria, let's start addressing them already. Let's not wait until it breaks, because if you think it will break, if it doesn't break in another 10 years, what do? The problem will have aggravated already. So let's address the problems itself while we are still agitating that we reverse the insulting forced or forceful amalgamation of 1914. Yeah, we will continue to agitate for we break it. But those problems, we don't wait until it breaks before we say we now want to start addressing the problems. There's anti-grazing in Ekiti and you're waiting for the outcome. You have enablers now. I've said this past. You have enablers in government who are supporting these people. The press asked Chief Sunday Igboho, the person who called him on phone, when he got to that Seriki, is that person a Fulani?